In this clip from a full-length interview, Dr. Kristina Driskill, a performance anxiety expert, talks about how to navigate different outcomes in life and how to discover our purpose.
You mentioned that word purpose, and it would take some people some time to maybe grasp that idea that everyone has a purpose, like that. Some people just would struggle with self-worth on that fundamental level, like before even does what I do matter. It's like, do I matter intrinsically?
Yeah. You want to get deep? I'll get deep. Okay. A lot of people struggle with the whole concept of purpose. And again, the issue that they struggle with a lot of times is that they're trying to tie it to something external. They're trying to tie it to their job or like what they do. Yeah, exactly. And then if I do it at this level.
Right.
Right. And so, anything. And, what I tell my clients that I work with, is, okay, number one, you're worthy simply because you exist. So that's off the table. Number two, if your only purpose on this planet, sole purpose, was to somehow help humanity evolve in some way, in any way, doesn't matter what it is, either by how you help them think, what you help them do, something that you invent, the fact that you help them to relax. There's all kinds of ways that we can help humanity to evolve. There's no one way to do that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or, develop a cure for something. Those are very important things, but they're not the only way. Music is a healing modality for almost everyone in some way or another. There's lots of different ways, that you can help humanity to evolve. But if that's your purpose, if that's your sole purpose, doesn't figuring out that all the different ways you could do that just become fun, and that it doesn't, and this is what I mean by it doesn't matter what you do. It's like your choices are limitless. You could do so many things. You could do different things throughout your life. You could, try things and maybe they make you happy for a while, and then maybe you switch over to something else. That's what I did. I sang all over the place for, 20 years. And that was great. And it made me happy and it was fun and I enjoyed it. And, and then something else became just more important. Sometimes how we imagine things are going to turn out or how we wish them to turn out is it not exactly how they turn out. And again, that's not failure.
Yeah.
Is it? Is that failure? I don't see it that way.
You said that there's no one way to do it, because so often we'll look at somebody that we admire successful and we'll try to follow their exact same path.
Yeah.
And, I know for me in my journey, I didn't, expect to end up here in the way that I did, teaching in high school. And that was completely like left field, and so different from, it's the only path that I know of that ended up in this way, in the way that it did, but I'm happy that I ended up here, and so it's just like, I think I gained a lot of freedom when I realized I don't have to follow that path to get to a place that I want. I don't have to follow somebody else. I can only follow my path. It's the only way that I can get there.
Well, and I think that, and again, this is taught to us by society and through culture and through all kinds of things, that we can only be happy if we fulfill this certain path.
Yeah.
That somehow our ability to be happy is tied to that, tied to this particular industry, tied to this particular career path, tied to this particular level, tied to this particular job title. Again, it's an illusion. It's something that was created that puts a lot of pressure on people. It contributes to that anxiety to perform, as opposed to coming back to that place where it says, well, if that wasn't an issue, how would I do this? Again, I'm not saying that you don't look at things logically. I'm not saying that you don't make a plan. You need a plan. I'm just saying that if the plan shifts, you didn't fail.
Right.
There's a big difference between saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter, so I'm just not going to make a plan. That's totally different. I'm not saying that you should just be lazy, and careless. That's an excuse, saying that it doesn't matter, so I'll use that as an excuse to, just watch Netflix all day, every day, is an excuse.
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that when it doesn't matter in that particular way, that you can continue to strive for excellence and to plan and to create and to execute without the pressure of, if it doesn't turn out this certain way, like we were talking about that attachment to outcome, if it doesn't turn out this certain way, then I somehow have failed and I can't be happy.
With over 20 years of performance experience and research, Dr. Kristina Driskill is an expert on performance anxiety and how the brain works. She holds a Doctor of Musical Arts degree, as well as certifications in social emotional arts, business coaching, and money mindset. She's a published author and has built a successful coaching and consulting practice, helping others identify and work through fear-based thoughts and habits. If you want to know more about her, you can check out the description below for more information, as well as links to her website and social media.